Hey Pyros, 𝗬𝗵𝗲 here at Elite. Guys, before you ask, no, I am not right now at Elite Fireworks of Texas, but I did ask 𝗬𝗵𝗲 to send me a video just so we can showcase for you guys what we've been up to here at Elite Fireworks. Now, obviously, based on what you see, and if you have been following our social media, you do know that we've let you guys know that we are in a bit of a transition the last couple of seasons, and of course, a new remodeling of Elite Fireworks of Texas was in the plan. So for those of you who are gonna shop at Elite Fireworks of Texas this upcoming 4th of July, you guys are gonna get a fresh new look of the store. But of course, we wanna document and show you guys the whole process. So don't get me wrong, we are nowhere near the finish, but of course we want to showcase it for you guys. Now, obviously, before we can make the whole store look pretty, we had to basically demolish all the old shelving. So definitely the store is a lot more empty, no fireworks inside of it. And of course, as you can see a little bit of the walls, you can notice that we actually did not paint those walls over there. Long story short, when we opened this store, originally we were not supposed to have a fire rated wall there, but literally a week before we were supposed to get the occupancy, they let us know, and we were very close to potentially not opening on 4th of July 2026. So that's why we've already had the shelvings, so we just moved them a little bit, so it was very tight to actually be able to paint them. So because we were going to cover them either way, so we just left them off. But of course, this time we are gonna do it right, and we do have the time, because after all, right now it is April, so we do have the time. But definitely, guys, I mean, it is gonna be a long process. Now, a little bit on the shelving. So for those of you who have shopped at Elite Fireworks of Texas, you might be wondering, 𝗬𝗵𝗲, how is the store gonna be? How are you guys planning to fit more fireworks? What is the plan? And basically, the short answer is yes. The long answer is, of course, this was a well-needed change, just because, guys, I don't know if you guys noticed the shelvings before, but majority, beside the assortment, which this wall right here that we're looking at the back, that was the only wall that was actually 4 feet wide. Everything else basically was 2 feet wide. So all the outside walls, it was only 2 feet wide where we can fit fireworks, and that was creating a problem. Now, don't get me wrong, 2016, 2017, even 2018, really, because we were not as established, it wasn't a problem. But the more busier we got, it made it a lot more hectic and a lot more hard for our team members, because if you guys are familiar with Texas regulation, you do know that Texas is a seasonal fireworks state. Now, I've had the experience to work in a fireworks business, both seasonal state and a business where it's 365 days a year. And from my experience thus far, seasonal states, if you are looking at for day per day, if you're going to have the busiest day, definitely seasonal states do have a much busier foot traffic on specific days. Now, if you spread it throughout the year, of course, that's obviously going to be 365 days a year businesses. But this was creating a problem with us because, putting that into perspective, it is a seasonal state, it is Texas, but obviously this is not a typical store as well. So if you guys are familiar with Elite Fireworks, you do know that this store, especially on the big days, so December 31st, July 4th, you don't want to be inside of the store because it is that hectic. I mean, just team members that we have typically, guys, is around 60 to 70 people working. So it gets very hectic. So it is not a traditional fireworks store. And the issue that we were running with it is that we cannot keep enough inventory on the shelves. It's a good problem to have, don't get me wrong, but it was making it very hectic, kind of like we are in this cycle where we're just constantly having to restock. Now, our thing is, and what we hope with this change is that it's going to allow our team members to have a little bit of breathing room, because majority of the shelvings are going to be at minimum 4 feet wide, with, of course, some of them they're going to be double stacked, so it's going to be 8 feet from one side to the other. So that's going to make it a lot more easier for our team members to work. And of course, it allows us to bring more case items that you guys can see visually, because till this point, a lot of the case items that you guys would be able to buy, you would be able to see them online, or you would actually be able to, you'll only really realistically purchase only the ones that you see right there. So a lot of our Elite Fireworks exclusive items, you did see the case items, but because we've been limited in space, we would not be able to put a case item of, let's say, something like Bling Bling from Brothers, right? Because as you guys do know, the 200-gram category, it is very tight, but now we are making room for that. So it's just going to make it not only easier for our team members to stock. So if we sell individual items, we can actually go ahead and have a team member just grab the item from the bottom, break the box, and stock it in, while the crew that's bringing the inventory inside, they only specifically focus on bringing cases and filling out the bottom, which is going to be the case items that you guys are going to see. So very exciting stuff, because unfortunately for the everyday customer, especially the last minute shoppers, and given that Texas is a seasonal state, you don't really see case items that much. I mean, we've been doing selling fireworks by case since late 2017, if I'm not mistaken, but visually you are not able to see as many items. Now, of course, with this, because we are planning to add more visually, where you guys in-store can see the case items from whatever you might see online to in-store, you are going to see the unit and the case item right there. So we do believe, because people are going to see that visually in-store, more people are going to go ahead and pick the case, because after all, I mean, just like a lot of our case items, I mean, guys, for instance, I'll use Stop Looking, I Found It. You know, it's a 500-gram cake. It's so it's a 8-in-1. Like individually, it's $33 a unit. With a case, it's less than $150, so $149 and some change. So it's a phenomenal deal. But because it's not a color box, typically one or two seasons really that we've actually had the room, because the way the shelvings was, that we showcase. And then from the feedback that we got from customers, obviously, if you see it in store and you see the deal, obviously there's a higher probability that, of course, you might get a case or not, or then something else. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys like this video. It's something different, but we'll see you guys in another video right here on our channel. Bye-bye.